Hello, so this is Amit Kumar and I'm going to talk about this character which I made in ZBrush. This character is called GUL'DAN. Okay, so let's see. Insight of creating character of Warcraft. Okay, this character is called GUL'DAN. Okay, it's an art according to movie and it's a very much famous character from Blizzard, and I'm a big fan of this kind of character, especially any kind of character from orc. Okay, and I was using this kind of reference, and specifically these images and this concept art done by Maxine Bergel. You can find most of his art on ArtStation. So what kind of topic I'm going to cover during this whole lecture? First of all, gathering reference and plan it out. Okay, what kind of reference I was using during this process. Okay, then starting with the base mesh along with UV, because what I was trying to do, I was making base mesh in Maya. Then at the same time I was unwrap the whole model, then export it to OBJ and import it to Maya for the further detail. So first I'm going to show you the body, how I do and how I finish our body part, including tooth and jaw and everything. Second, ornaments, what kind of ornaments I did during this project. Then back horn, armor, cloth and beard. And after that I was going to talk about the alpha, what kind of alpha I use during this process, and then polypaint, then lighting, then after finalization. Okay, so these are the references which I was using. And when I saw the movie, I play the game, then each and every game and every scene you can find different kind of lighting, different kind of asset, different kind of weapon, and including the armor of the shoulder and his horn and his ornament, everything you will see the changes of. See, for example, if I talk about this image, you can see the skull, design of skull are different, our main reference skull are different. If you see the different see if you see the different concept art, then over here according to this concept art, skull are very much realistic one, but according to our concept art which I was following, this one is very much modified, or you can say the creature kind of skull. Okay, so for beard and how much long the beard is exactly, for that thing I was using this image. And what kind of beard quality, because this one is just a digital painting, so you can't identify the exactly the uh, massive amount of detail which you are looking for into your model. Okay, so see, this image helped me a lot because of the volume and the width of uh, beard. And if you notice, the shoulder armor is also different in every concept art. This one is different from this one, also different, and from our reference this one is also different. If you see the back horn, which is this one is also different in any concept art or even the movie also. See, this shot is from movie, so you can see the horn is different. This seems like grown teeth of elephant kind of this one. But if you see in our reference, this one is very much artistic kind of. So first we are going to talk about the body. Okay, so come to the software. So this is what I made from polysphere. Okay, see, I use this polysphere every time because I love to do from scratch to end. So see, this one is very much, you can see the very mess up or very ugly kind of structure for now, so then I had to increase the geometry level. Then I was increasing the division and sculpting at the same time for the initial stage. So this is how I create my body structure. Okay, So this is the level 1 where I was just doing the very rough sketch of the body. As you can see, like this one is not final. I was on this level when I was trying to create the volume and all, just for the basic shape, because I have to put or simulate cloth on this part. Okay, so this one is the body base. When I finished with my base, I was just trying to put some volume over here according to anatomy. Okay, so this one is from there to here. Okay, from that scratch, that mess up thing, to this. So this one is my body detail. So as you can see, I sculpt the tooth also, the jaw also, and the gum area also, and the cuts and all over here only. Now I was going for the detail of the body. So as you can see, my every objects are in different layers. So after this, when I came to this point, from that scratch to this. Okay, so see, when I about to finish my face and body. Okay, so I was not working with the body at all, but I did this portion just because I need to simulate cloth on this portion, just because of that. So my main focus was on face, like how much detail I was putting on face, and what kind of alpha and what kind of detail I was going to put on face. I was using different kind of alphas for this area, for the beard portion, and for the wrinkles, for lips area, of course. So this is where I reached after that massive work, and definitely it took 5 to 6 hours from that miserable wrong to this model. Okay, from a sphere to this. So it took me 6 hours. So definitely this is not possible to show you whole 6 hour output in seconds. So I'm showing you the each and every level of model. So come to the next object, which is ornament. Okay, see, for ornament I need to draw the sculpt. For that, what I did, I just show you. Okay, okay, so as I discussed, I used to prefer polysphere or a sphere for any kind of prop, asset, or model, anything, because I love to create from scratch. So for that, I use a polysphere for this skull, because if you notice the reference image, then our ornament or this character ornament having lots of skull. For that, I am trying to create a one main skull, and then after that I will modify the same skull for the rest of skull. Okay, so I'm going to change this main skull and I will keep it as a main reference. So I'm trying to follow the main reference. And I took one more cylinder for the cannon teeth. And this skull took me around 2 or 3 hours to scratch to final alpha. I will show you after this how my ornaments look like after finishing the whole skull detail and modification. This is my basic shape of a skull. Then after this I need a bit of modification. After creating the skull, or when I did the final detail using few alpha, so I got this kind of basic structure which I was going to use for the ornament. So after arranging each and every skull according to our reference, I get this. See, this is, oh sorry, this is what the our ornaments look like according to our reference. Okay, so after this, okay, come to the back horn. So according to reference for horn which is on the back of this character, I get this kind of basic mesh from Maya, and which is unwrapped also. You can see the poly, which is kind of messy because of detail. So because I did already. So if I show you, this is the basic model, and if I increase the subdivision level, see what I get after detail. Okay, so after getting this, I'm quite happy with my object. So see, this is the whole structure look like from behind. See, which is the situated on the back of our character. So according to its placement, I'm happy with this object. Armor. Okay, so this is my armor which I created in Maya, as you can see, very much basic. Because, and if I show you the UV of this object, see, I also unwrap this armor because I have to export it and import it to ZBrush. So even most of objects are unwrapped, but I'm just showing this one. So this one is unwrapped. After importing in ZBrush, how it looked like when I work with symmetry and copy the different side. This is our armor according to position. Okay, so when I increase the geometry and go on a different level with higher resolution and with the alpha and detail, is looking like this, and I hope you like this. See, this area is kind of messed up because of object. So let's see after compiling the each and every asset. Okay, so this is our armor after few detail, you can say. Okay, so let's move on to the cloth. This is my cloth for this structure, for this character. Okay, so see, this is the basic of you can see the very much low poly of mesh for cloth, which I simulate on the basic geometry of that body. Okay, but this is the very much kind of uniform, because what I need is this. Okay, I hope you're getting my point. See, now I know the geometry is very much messed up according to or compare with this asset, but I need this shape because our geometry is different. Our body is not symmetry according to our reference. Okay, so I chose this, or modify this to this. So delete. This is my final base mesh of cloth. Okay, after this I import it to ZBrush. Then what happened, let's see. That base mesh from Maya, I import it to ZBrush. Then I work on Nanomesh. Okay, and I get this kind of output. Zoom a bit. You can see the designs of cloth. Okay, like the threads of cloth. You can see the see. If I show you the torn side of cloth, you can see the see this kind of structure. Okay, which you can usually find in the turning part of cloth. Okay, so what kind of mesh I use in this cloth using nanomesh, that I will show you. Come to the nanomesh. Here it is. Oh, sorry for this. Edit mesh. See. Oh, solo. This is my main mesh which I use for nanomesh for this cloth. Guys, I'm going to show you how I made this cloth. Okay, with the help of nanomesh. So let's see. First I will show you what is micromesh and nanomesh, the difference between these two options. First I will show you by this example. Okay, I took this polysphere, then come to the geometry. I'm showing you how to use micromesh. Okay, then decrease this subdivision level, click twice on reconstruct subdiv 1 2. Now delete higher subdivision level. Okay, see, remember, always remember, micromesh is the initial part of the nanomesh. Okay, initial version of nanomesh. Why? Because this one is this one have very less modification option because it come fast. So come to the after reconstruction and after deleting higher subdivision. Okay, so see, I hope till now you guys are clear what I'm doing. Okay, now come to modify topology, click on this button. Okay, micro mesh. Now I'm going to, just for example, I'm taking this gear 3D and okay. Okay, so if I click on BPR, I get this kind of very cleansy shape. But what you need to do, just go in render. Okay, and render property, draw micro mesh, and after this, remember this thing, after this process you have to go to render, turn on this option draw micro mesh, then click on poly F. Okay, this will show you your position of micro mesh. Okay, now if I click on BPR, my BPR show the exact position and the amount of my micro mesh. See, but if I just hit my viewport, this will vanish. So how to we get that BPR or that micromesh permanently on my object? For that you have to come to this geometry, convert BPR to geo. If you hit this option, see, your actual mesh is vanished and now your micromesh will place at every poly of your mesh. This is the process for cloth. Why I'm using nanomesh? Because micromesh, in micromesh you can't get the that much of modification option, like you can't scale this tools, or you can't play with the value. Okay, because you have just by default value and you need to adjust with that. That's it. If I click this and see, if I go back, then turn this off, then turn on again, then I click this polymesh 3D, this star kind of object. Okay, click on poly F. Okay, render, it's on BPR. See, convert BPR to geo and turn this off. See, okay. Now after micromesh we have to I'm sorry, I'm going to show you why I use nanomesh. Okay, so for that, control Z, this is our sphere. Okay, for nanomesh what you have to do, come, wait, yeah, so come here and select gear 3D, or you, for example, I will select helix 3D. Okay, click. This is a object which I use to convert it to a brush. Okay, which I have to use as a nanomesh. Okay, for that first you have to make it a brush of this object. For that, go to brush. Okay, now create insert mesh. Okay, click and new. Now you can see your object is converted to a new brush. Okay, now you need to turn this brush into nanomesh brush. For that, click on brush and you can see the option create nanomesh brush. Click this option. See, now this is fair kind of box show you that your new brush is converted into nanomesh brush. Okay, now come here and just take a poly or a sphere, anything apart from helix, because you can't get the difference if you took the same object. Okay, now, oh shit, sorry, control Z, yeah. See, on this sphere, if I hover my mouse, okay, if I hover my mouse over this poly, you can see only one or two poly is turning on. Okay, for that you have to press space bar and hold space bar. You can see in the target option a single poly option is on. You can change this to all poly and make sure your insert nanomesh should be on. Okay, after this, whenever you drag your brush on your poly like this, okay, that's it. Okay, this is it. Now what you have to do, see, you can rotate. See, if you remember, just previously I show you according to micromesh, we need to check according to BPR, then convert BPR to object. Okay, then finally we will get our object. But now you need to drag your object on your main object. Okay, so your nanomesh is wait just a second, first come to nanomesh option. Now you can see the nanomesh option is enabled. Okay, and you can see the show placement. Okay, if you turn this off, your main object will be hide. Now this will be very easy or convenient to see your nanomesh placement. Now why for cloth and for chain kind of object we used to prefer nanomesh, because you can't get this kind of modification options in micromesh. See, over here you can play with width value. See, okay, length, this is kind of pasta or something. Okay, okay, now I'm showing you the same option in my cloth which I used for this character. Yes, so I hope the concept of or the confusion between nanomesh or micromesh is bit clear. 4 or 3 multiple application is running behind. Okay, see, for example, this is my main object. For example, file, export selection, wherever you want to export, randomly CLOTH, desktop. On desktop, I rename it to cloth and obj format export selection. Okay, already done. Maya, quit, don't save. Where is our obj? Already we got. Now come to the ZBrush. Again I am going through Nanomesh, so if you have confusion then watch it again. I hope this will help you. Initialize, yes. Import, sorry, yeah, desktop and cloth obj open. Yeah, this is our cloth. Okay, subtool, turn symmetry on. Okay, geometry, reconstruct. Okay, delete higher. Now if you remember what we have to do, come Polymesh 3D, brush, create, insert Nanomesh. Okay, I'm repeating this again. If you click insert mesh, then new, then you this star kind of shape converted to a new brush. Now you have to convert this brush to Nanomesh brush. Okay, not this object. Now brush to see, create Nanomesh brush. Okay, now this object or this new star shape of brush is converted to Nanomesh brush. Now hit this your main object, click spacebar, select all polygon. Okay, now one render, render property, draw micromesh should be on. Okay, see, and subtool, sorry, come to Nanomesh. Nanomesh, where is this, where is this? Yeah, Nanomesh. Now show placement. I am hiding my main object. I can play with value, I can change, I can modify. Okay, so this is it. But see, the I hope your confusion between micro mesh and nano mesh will be or should be clear after this, because I show you twice, right? See, come to the beard fiber mesh. So for beard I use fiber mesh. So I will show you, this is the beard of our character. Edit, see, actually this black one, this one is the ramp which I created for character, or this is our beard. Okay, subtle. Okay, see, I have two layer of different kind of stroke. So this is for beard and this is the eyebrow. This is okay. So see how I created this beard using fiber mesh, that I show you. Just for example, I took okay, for this character for example, and mask this area, then come to light box, then I use five, this one, where is that? Oh, okay, this one I use this fiber 142 something, this one. But for the same kind of color or same kind of output which I want, for that I need to few modification in option. So come to fiber mesh option, come to modifier. Okay, first I need to control my length, then this option, max fire, max fiber. Now I need to disable this texture. Okay, texture off. This is it. Base color is white, tip color is also white, like this. Now if I come to RGB and this, or come to this brush, now I can, sorry, first accept this. For example, I'm happy with this, or I got what I want. Now yes, come to subtool. This is your layer, solo. Now you can directly paint your hair. Okay, like according to reference, my hair was just a second, huh? Okay, so as I said that hmm, now we can direct put color on our hair. Okay, so we will discuss about color property later. For now, I'm showing you how I use fiber mesh for my beard, for my character beard. Now if I click on BPR, this is what you get. Okay, so uh, this is for beard. Now, okay, adding more layer detail. Now I will show you. Come to adding more layer of detail means how can I, or how much alpha I use for character and its parts. So let's see. Okay, now this is my finished character. Okay, before color and before polypaint, you can say. So this is it for every detail, with every after compiling every asset, including shoulder, armor, including back horn, including this skull, including this ornament, which used by which is made by bone and the skull. So if I just zoom for you, now you can see, just a second, yeah, now you can see the level of detail which I put into this character. I explain you how, or how can we use nanomesh for any kind of stuff, like how I use nanomesh in my cloth for this character. Okay, then sculpting this armor using nanomachine armor, then the detail of face which already I enhance after compiling again. See, so this is my character after composition, or combining each and every object. Okay, so you can see the alpha detail and all, everything. Okay, after this I will go on the polypaint. So this is it for our model, and we already finish our model, especially modeling part. Okay, now we have to move for the color. Okay, so, and if I talk about the alpha, and one more thing which I use in this model, that is this. You can see this tiny line over here which is the saliva. If you see the reference, I use this structure using Z sphere. Then after polypaint, this will match by exact saliva design, or in concept art. Wait just a second. Okay. Hmm. Okay, what I was saying, yeah. So I will show you a few screenshot. See, this is the Z sphere structure which I create for the saliva. Okay, and what I get after this, see. Okay, now come to the model. So this is our final model. Now come to color portion for polypaint. Okay, so for color or for polypaint we already done with our mesh for our modeling part. Now we have to go for color. Okay, so for that I turn off the option of Z add and Z subtract and turn on the option of RGB. Okay, and go in polypaint option and turn on the colorize option. Okay, then as I discussed in previous lecture, okay, like how we use polypaint and all in Ziva's first lecture. Okay, so then I used to use Z alpha for color purpose and for polypaint. And for polypaint I need to play with the or decrease or increase the value of RGB. Okay, then amount of or intensity value of RGB or opacity value of RGB depend how can you play with your or blend your color. Okay, so even first time I color his eye, but I was not satisfied with the color. Then I delete the whole mesh and I redesign again. So I was trying to just I was checking with the material like how it looked like, and now you can see the detail of alpha whenever I very much zoom in. So see, so and after polypen definitely your model will look very alive. So done with eye. Now after eyes I'm moving to the body. So putting just one green base. So and if you notice I was just I just did lots of detail in face, because in our camera angle face is always focused, so according to this reference, so because of that I put lots of amount of alphas in face if you notice. And whole polypent of body, hair, armor and ornaments, and in short each and every part of this character took me around 5 hours for polypaint, whole entire scene you can say. So according to me, or according to our reference, I did lots of amount of what can I say, uh, I put lots of effort in face, armor, cloth, and the object which we can see, like bodies are like his back, this area. Okay, this one is hidden behind cloth and that horn. So I was looking after face only. Logo on the base. So after completing my poly paint, our character, which is full and final, and I'm showing you just flat color. See, okay. So this is bit heavy, no doubt. So this is the color, or you can see the poly paint of our object. Come to the main mesh. Yeah, so this one, basic material. So this is our character look like after poly paint, after when I finish my poly paint. Okay, the face, the beard, after color, and the armor and the cloth. Okay, even the skull and bone. And if you notice, there is a thread also for this ornament. And if I zoom into face, yeah, now you can see the details of alpha, which you can find exactly in final render. See the details. Okay, after poly paint. So this is it with my poly paint. So yeah, oh shit, sorry. Now I will show you the lighting portion and the final chapter where I used to composite my render. Okay, for lighting I will show you on this character, the same character or the same version of file, you can say. See, come here with just a short, you can say the miniature version of 3 point lighting. Like if I go for Maya or export this whole thing, I can, but for this time saving thing, I just using same 3 point of 3 point light in this software only. So for lighting, I'm using same software. This will be my first light, which came from this side. This is the second one, which is also from this side, but the color should be, sorry, here, here, bit purple, so the whole, atmosphere will be grabbed through the light. So but intensity should be bit down, that's it. And for this light, intensity will be higher, sorry, on this much. Yeah, like this. Okay, so this is it with my lighting setup. So I disable one light for now, as you can see, and I increase document size from here. Like I increase it to 8K resolution for higher detail in render. And so this is it for my character. Now I will talk about the finalization part where I have to compose it and work with the final render. Okay, I'm going to show you my final render and what kind of passes I was using. Okay, first is my mask. For mask, second a fog, third a depth mask, or you can say the depth render or passes, whatever you can say. You can see each and every detail. Okay, and after compile I get this. Okay, so I hope you're gonna like my render. Okay, so this is it guys with my final orb called GUL'DAN, and I'm very happy to create this character from reference to here. So I hope you will enjoy this lecture and I hope you will like it. Yes. And if any doubt or if you want to ask anything, please text me. Okay. So uh, I always wanted to be create this kind of character, and these are the layers which I use to create lots of composition. So, and I'm showing you the final version, and I personally like this very much. This one. Okay, so we already finished our character, and it took me 80 to 90 hours to finish this whole character. So I hope my process will help you. So thank you.